Hi guys and welcome back. Previously we talked about how to pass parameters from controllers to view and how to render the view using the Blade syntax. On this episode we're going to be focusing around how to use the Blade templating engine and in-depth and how we can do functions and other things. So on that we want to use another route which is going to be around what we call a team members, for example my team. So we remembered we had created a file called team, we had created a view called team, right? So this is a team and we're just going to go to our web.php file and create another route. Like remember we said if you want to create a route you just do route, right, get team, right, and the controller is public controller class and then team. So but we have not defined the team method yet, so we're going to come and say we're going to define a team method, public function team, and in that public function team we want to return view team. Nice, easy peasy. So we're just going to try this and say team, and team is empty because our file is empty. So if we just put an h1 here, on h1 welcome to our team, right? So if we save this and then we refresh this, it says welcome to our team. So we want to display our team members, and our team members may have a name and a position, right? Let's say a name and a position. And we want to use our example where we pass parameters from controller to route, because there's a high tendency that all of our team members are going to be coming from the database, but for now we have not been interacting with the database yet. So we're going to say we're going to define a variable called team members. It's an array, right? So it's an array, and an array. Okay, the first one, every member has a name. So this is Fungo Martin, for example. Role is software engineer. And then we have another team member, maybe name, Weno, role, engineer. And then we have just another random guy named John Doe. And I'm sure people are so used to John Doe. And then role, project management. Cool. So we have defined our team members array, and we have to send that team members array now into the view. Remember, we said for you to send a variable into the view, you either use the with or you use the compact, right? So we're going to use the compact, right? So comma, compact, and team members. So we refresh, we have sent it into this, but then we have not decided what we want to use it to do. So now in our view, we need to tell our Blade that, hey guy, display the team members array, right? And remember, we said that when you want to display data, you use this and you do team members. Save this and refresh. So there's an error. There's a beautiful error that displays on the screen. So it says argument 1 string must be of type string, array is given. So we have attempted to render an array, but it's saying that HTML special char is expecting a string. So your double quotes or your double curly brace does not render arrays, it renders only a string. And we are at the point of, we know that we have sent an array from our teams controller into our team folder, right? So into our team view. So how do we render data, right? So it means that we normally have to loop. In the general way, we normally have the old way has for PHP, for each, right? If you know for each team members as team member, and then we close this, and then we close n for each. This is the old way that we used to do. So PHP, I want us to see the two ways. Then we are now going to say name is, what's the name of this person? Let's put in a p tag. The name is team member name. Save this and refresh. Something is broken. N for each. Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. So yeah, I got already into the blade format, which I was supposed to show you later on. So I got a bit mixed up. So this is literally a way we have had for each team members as team members. So we're going to say the name is this. We can also say the position, right, is this position, and I will save this. Maybe we do not have a position. Oh, okay, it was role. Sorry, role. Cool. And I'm just going to put a nice HR tag there so that it can give us some separation. So we have that HR tag there. You have the name, you have the role, you have the name, you have the role. But again, we said that we are trying to avoid all of this because it's getting our code really, really dirty. So in Blade format, you can actually replace this first line with this. So it's called a blade directive. Anytime you see arrobas, right? Anytime you see arrobas, know that it's a blade directive that we're going to use. So arrobas for each team members as team member, right? And N for each. I'm sure you see that this is what I was trying to do, but I just got myself stuck there. P tag, name, team member, name, and position, role, right? So I'm going to add an HR here. So I'm going to add 2 HRs here, just so that we are on that. So this is the first part, right? This first part is using regular PHP for our for each. But this second part is using the Blaze directives. So each time you see arrobas, know that it is preceded or there's a function that comes after it, right? There's a function that comes after it. So for each and for each. So this is a loop for us that we are able to display all of our team members name, team members role, and all of that. And we also need to also understand the other blade directives. So if we go to our Laravel documentation, which is like our holy grail, we look for, if you type blade here, right? When you type blade, it will tell you blade templates. And it's loading. So blade templates, you will see lots of other things around the blade templates. So you will see that it talks about you using the double curly brace for you to render this item. It talks about using this one. You could look at this one later on, but this is to escape, not to escape HTML tags. And you also want to look at, let's scroll down, blade directive. So the definition of a blade directive. So it says that in addition to template inheritance and display data, Blade also provides convenient shortcuts for common PHP control structures such as condition statements and loops. What you should focus on is PHP control structures. If you know the PHP control structures, then you may be able to know how this works. So conditions and loops. These shortcuts provide a clean tiers way of working with PHP. So you see we have the if statement. So rather than using the long PHP way, you can use arrobas if, arrobas else if, arrobas else, and arrobas end if for convenience. So unless this is possible, you end unless. So you can look at all of this. It will be linked in the description of this video, and you can actually have a full blown aspect of the directives of Blade templates. And we go back to our code. And at this point, we want to, okay, oops, sorry about that. At this point, we can now delete this and refresh. So when we refresh, we are sure that everything works very well. We can remove this double HR, and then we have our loop working nice and clean.